It's a great way to stay in shape.
There's audio
And
now. I'm sorry.
okay, no, you're fine. It's a great way to stay in shape. I have my 500 children in the background, but at this very moment, I am focused and dedicated, and I use full
We got no
words in my
volume, guys.
sentences.
We got no volume.
No, I got it. I got it on. That's me. I'm sorry, y'all. Everyone in the chat, I will be on point here soon, but just bear with me.
500 children is crazy.
Just bear with me. I've had a long week.
Well, it's okay. Like I understand as a father, I completely understand how you feel. It's okay.
He's doing it great.
He's doing it
I think
phenomenal.
he's doing it great.
I'm proud of you, Greg.
Thank you.
But we have Lady G in here, of course. Lady Gunner, can you wave to the camera, please?
Yeah, wave to the camera.
What?
Should
Waving to the camera. What's going on?
Wave.
should let the people know that you're here. Say hi.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Let the people
wave.
know.
And then say murder.
Don't make Derek leave.
Murder. Also, we have Demigod here who has had a adventurous night,
Hello.
to say the least.
Hi.
He's here.
Good morning, motherfuckers. No, good morning, everyone. I hope everybody enjoyed last night's tournament, lobbies,
Great.
round robin. We had a bunch of things last night. If you missed it, you missed out. Let me tell you, there was some fights last night. I learned so much being a newer Tekken player and just being new to the fighting game community in general.
Working at that's $12 an hour.
The next guard impact, y'all want to be at for sure. Because this one takes the cake.
Yeah, we will not be holding back. We will have. Y'all got to see the taste of what some FGC tournament players are like. Next time, next time we're not
what
holding
up to
back.
our winner?
We got Iconic, the winner of the tournament.
Champion has returned.
The champion has returned. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, Iconic, for pulling up last night, man. You did one hell of a job.
Collect his spoils.
And let me tell you something, Chad. That man pulled up immediately to get his money. Okay, he was in my DMs like, "Hey, bitch. Hey, bitch. Pay me." No, he was actually pretty cool about it. He was, he really didn't even say nothing about the money. He did the whole, "Hey, just so you know, guys, I had a great time." The Pokemon response.
Response.
Hey, good fight. I may have lost, but good fight. You did a great job. You deserve a long run. He did one of those with the handshake and all that shit. But behind all that, he was really like, "If you don't give me my motherfucking money right now, I'll beat the black off you, boy." Right.
Beat you like Tekken.
No, we appreciate that, man. We have comments on the last video. We have a returning Tekken player that I know who wants to be at the next one. So if you guys are interested, or if you have friends, please let us know. We'll make sure we'll have a tournament bracket set up. Signups will be ending a day before, so we make sure everything is lined up and organized, because there will not be no last minute signups, Oni.
Thank you. Yes, use the name. Yes.
I want to see Oni fight.
Yes, that was perfect.
Well, Derek was on.
Noel Strife, Oni, all you. Listen, FGC, you knew you were wrong. You knew you were wrong last night. It was for casual players. It was on the flyer. You were not supposed to be there. And you pulled up anyway. And that's what you get for losing. You still lost.
Oh, and
I don't mind.
This is
I
my
supported the casuals. I represented the casuals. So
this is me leveling up, and I have
for the casuals.
I have one thing to say. Prayer hands.
Prayer hands.
We are 1-1 now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not holding back
any
longer.
Funny.
We're sitting here and we will lab. And then the next tournament, I don't care how far I get, as long as I'm able to face you. I will not go down. Prepare yourself. I will be in a better mental state. I will be better. I will be focused. You will feel the thunder of my will.
Oh yes.
Challenge prayer hands.
Oh.
And then you too, Ray Clark. Ray the Ripper.
Oh, Ray the Rip.
Y'all two are now on my hit list. Joe, you are the end goal. I will get to you, but there are levels that I must reach, and you two will be the ones that I will defeat.
I'm not gonna lie, Perry. I'm gonna work at this game so that I rival you. I have downloaded your ghost.
You can download people's ghosts.
So here's how this works.
Playing.
So I gotta give my dad pad now. This is the dad pad. So the way Tekken works, you essentially play another player online, and then after that match, you can download their strats and play against their online version. You not only get what they played against you, you get their online playthrough ranked, the version of them that faced other players in casual lobbies. So it's
downloaded the data, Perry.
Yes, it's Tekken's basically made the greatest anime scenario you could in a fighting game.
It's like
very exciting.
Hanma.
Oh yes.
Oh, yes. It's like grappler Baki when he fought that praying fucking mantis.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the world's strongest Baki when he imagined fighting that elephant.
Ooh.
It's glorious.
Ooh.
It's like when Baki finally took the final step and imagined fighting his father, the ogre.
Mm-hmm. I'm so mad that fight wasn't better. He did.
Same.
He did.
But yeah, I'm when Perry returns from his journey, and the team, I appreciate y'all, and my friends and family out there, I appreciate y'all. When I return, I feel better.
When he returns,
it will be on. But we have a great show to provide for you guys today. We are going to be talking about the unfortunate events of Microsoft being Microsoft, letting go 1,900 people. Activision Blizzard. We're going to talk about Tekken 8, the review, and our tournament last night. We want to give the details how we felt about it, and then we're going to go over the top anime picks of 2024 first quarter and how everyone's enjoying it. So
now, don't wait a minute. Are we going to talk about our anime picks, or are we going to talk about your manga picks?
Anime picks. I'm not doing manga.
Okay, I was gonna be sure.
Hey Gunner, you need to unmute and focus.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. I did it.
No. Put your hands in the controller and the talking to the mic again.
I gotta do the podcast. I'll be back.
Okay. She's focused on taking it. Good.
I'll be back.
So how we're gonna do? We're gonna start off. Let's start off. I mean, shit. Since we're already talking about Tekken, we could do the depressed shit later. We can do Tekken. So how does everyone feel about the game? Like, what is your take on it? What are some things you want to improve on? Let me know how you feel.
It's a fun game. I just dominating my brother while paying attention to the podcast. But he put up a good fight. But it's really fun. It's fun, especially if you can download those people ghosts and learn them, which is kind of scary, but it's fun.
Yeah, I am having more fun than I had with Street Fighter with Tekken.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm kind of saying a lot here because it's still new, right? But all in all, like I'm having a whole lot of fun with Tekken. It seems like for the casuals, they've really, really integrated some of the more easier, like mechanics. They've made practice mode super, super friendly for an individual like myself. And the character models are freaking beautiful. Compared to Tekken 7, Tekken 8 is leaps and freaking bounds beyond what I imagined Tekken 8 to actually be. Just everything about this game, I think I'm gonna give this like a 9 or maybe a 10. I've watched the story. I've played through some of the story. I've played the online. My only gripe right now is servers. For the most part, servers have been cool. Post launch day. But there are still some things that can absolutely be improved upon, and I'm sure they will be in the next week or so. And by the time we decide to have another tournament, or even just random get-togethers where we want to watch each other fight, I really think it's gonna be smooth as butter, just like Street Fighter 6 is. So for that reason, I think I'm definitely gonna give it a 9, maybe a 10.
Eric, how do you feel?
The only reason why this game, in my opinion, at first did not get the perfect 10, and IGN said the same thing. I know we're going to talk about that part later. I won't say what the IGN thing is, but for me, it was literally the disconnecting and the online issues. And after us playing last night, I mean, technically those online issues are still there. But if we've seen that if it's two players using Ethernet connection, you're both directly wired, the matches look fantastic. Right? We only, besides one player giving us a few laggy matches, and even then it was just a few. It wasn't like, it wasn't the whole thing. We only got kicked one time, the entire thing. The moment that Bandai Namco saw the issues that were going on with the game, that Friday when they were reported, that Friday morning, they were taking care of that Friday afternoon, like just a couple hours in between. And so now the next day, we're able to run events like Guard Impact or anyone else doing an online event. There's the Ghost Battle. There's the Tekken Ball. We haven't even done that yet, which is a lot of fun. The story has 3 different endings. There's a hard and easy and an ultra hard mode. There's things to unlock. There's the offline. There's lots to do offline just as much as there is online. There's the there's the video game lobby where you can run around and meet new people and play players. That way you don't have to just sit in a boring ass matchmaking for however much time to find an opponent. This is as close to perfect of a fighting game that we've ever gotten. Mortal Kombat, which makes millions of dollars on its launch, did not have damn near none of this. Not even the share play. Share play in Tekken?
Right.
Or I give it a perfect 10. And the only reason I have to give it a perfect 10, and this is not me trying to be biased or whatever like that, is because they fixed those online issues enough that it's still playable for everybody. If the online was so bad that we couldn't run that event last night, I would have said no, it's probably a 9 or whatever, or maybe an 8.5. No, we all had a great time last night, so much so that even other people were able to stream our stream and show the event to everyone else like that. Like, it was good. And all the matches were in 1080p to 4K. Come on now.
I will say, my personal opinion, and Maximilian on the reveal of the game was worried and said, I'm worried that this game is not going to look as clean as they're showing it right here on the reveal. This game was as pretty as it was on the reveal date. And I played, I played like the story, and like you can see like the difference between actual cinematics and gameplay, and there's minor differences, and it's extremely smooth. I love the game is next gen for sure. We no longer have those up-res PS3 graphics for Tekken. I am having an absolute ball. I'm enjoying it. The environment aspect, the round that you can hit people off a fence and they'll launch up in the air. You can continue a combo as that. I really like it. The burst, the heat sinks, I believe.
Heat engagers.
Heat engagers. I'm really enjoying. Had an absolute blast using that. Learning so much. So for me, Josie Resolve was my character in Tekken 7. Really tough. Tekken 7 real tough. Learning drag has been a phenomenal experience. Made it very easy to learn. These are legacy characters, so people who already have their characters, we've seen it with Drake's Revenge. Drake's Revenge, he was going off with June, but he then got his main character, and you've seen just muscle memory at that point. So I really enjoyed it. Same with Noel Strife. It was such a good time. And again, for me, the lobbies were something to be worried about, online aspect, but the turnaround time on how they fixed that was just beautiful. Like, launch day during the day, I think they was really just stress testing. It was like, okay, this isn't working. Here in America, there was a high influx of players online, but when we went to South America, it was kind of empty, and we was able to hold a stronger connection. But by Friday, I mean Saturday morning, hopping in the lobbies was just so easy. Being able to link up with players was easy. Being able to spectate. And once they hammer out just a tad more of like being able to watch rematches go live, this is an easy 10 out of 10 for me.
Easy.
Easy a 10 out of 10. And it 10 out of 10 even with the bugs because of the response time.
Yeah.
That there is just phenomenal.
That speaks paramount. Exactly. Do you know how long it took just for MK? I mean, I'm not even trying to talk bad about NetherRealms in general. Even for Street Fighter, it takes Capcom about a day at least to get everything fixed and have a patch up and ready to go. Like probably by the next day or later in the same day. Bandai Namco was 2 hours. 2 hours. Online issues with millions of people online, 2 hours. The best that they could do. And they haven't stopped there. And if I may, the best thing about this, the very best thing about Senpai Midiko, whoever that is, I don't know who that is, but tell them I said hello. Whoever that is, I don't know who that is. But I wanted to say just real quick. The best thing about this entire scenario, okay? All the new players or all the people that are seemingly casuals, right? So yourself, Dad Pad, Sean, everybody that competed last night that, you guys don't normally do tournaments like that. This game has mechanics that are so good that even brand new people or people that don't play as often are able to step up against better players. Everyone was at an even playing field last night. You know what I mean?
Special. Personally, I did want to use special, but at the same time, I didn't want to cheat myself. I felt like I was going to cheat myself by using the special controls in fighting these guys.
Exactly.
These guys are so good. They know Tekken, right? They've probably played Tekken 5, 6, 7, all of them, right? Yeah. And for me, being a casual, I was like, I could probably use these special controls and probably get away with a couple of matches, but at the end of the day, I'm really cheating myself because I'm gonna see what my character can do, but only a limited amount. Whereas if I use my brain and really try to use whatever fighting prowess that I already have against these godlike fighters, you know what I mean? I'm even talking about Perry, like I think that I stand more of a chance of learning the game for the next time and starting my training arc and getting my anime arc together. You know what I'm saying? That's just me in my mind. And I'm hoping that, my hard work actually pays off in staying and sticking with the standard controls. And I'm not ragging on special controls at all, but I really think that like using the standard controls helps me as a casual learn this game better. Even though special controls are easier.
I will say, just from my experience in Tekken 7, and this, I'll put myself on Front Street. There's a guy on this panel, Greg, disguised as Derek, who 30 balled me. I got 30 balled bad. And I still pulled up, challenged him and Joe Godhand. And it's just, you have to put the time in. You have to learn matchups. So like when we was talking on the phone, Tekken is one of those games. It's not a 2D. It is a fighting game. So you can poke yourself to victory. We've seen it with Ray the Ripper. Like you can legitimately, you don't need to learn these combos, these long combos, but it's beneficial because it goes into carries to the wall where you can do more damage. But if you treat it like a legit fight, I mean, you could poke yourself into a victory very easily. And so it's so smooth. It looks so good. I got to give a shout out to the return of Mr. Ryan Shelf. I'm glad you're doing better, brother. I appreciate you pulling up yesterday. Again, iconic, man. You have a phenomenal community. I want to thank everyone from your community pulling up. And dude, you did work. We're definitely going to have to put some lab time in because you always want people to come through, and we appreciate that. But yeah, man, to me, to getting better in Tekken, you have to put the time in. You have to study. You have to learn matchups, especially in this game because it seems a lot faster. Farang looks incredibly fast, like unbelievably fucking fast. And seeing Iconic in general break up his to me, his unbreakable combos of him just putting pressure on you makes me realize, like, okay, I just have to learn this character. I need to learn frames. I need to learn when is a good opening, when I can hit him, sidestepping more. Oh my God, this is a phenomenal game. I honestly do not see another fighting game winning anything this year. Tekken has won fighting game of the year.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. There's no, unless, unless Project L comes out and like,
it has to be phenomenal.
It's got to obliterate, right? Yeah. Like Tekken done set a bar that is, because we thought Street Fighter 6 set the bar, and they did last year set the bar. And then Tekken just looked at the bar and pissed on it. And Project L is gonna have to like take a whole shit on the Tekken bar. It's I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. The fact that anybody like that was the dope part. You were mentioning this earlier, Perry, that Ryan came back, and when he knew that he was taking the L with his June, then it was let's go back to my main, let's use the muscle memory and what we used to know. The vets, even the vets that were coming back because it's a brand new game, they were used because Tekken's a legacy game. You can do what you did 4 Tekkens ago, and it's probably gonna be still effective. But because of the mechanics of this new game, it makes it hard for even the vets. Mm-hmm. They still have to. It's not about how good you are muscle memory or skill wise. It's that you got to have strategy even against the new players. Mm-hmm. Because we've seen people pop up. Zake just got the game 2 days ago.
Looking masterful with King.
This man just I was like, what you doing? Oh, you a legend? No, DDP. Get this DDP, get this RKO, get this stunner. I'm not done with you yet. Get back up. Pile driver. Like,
I will say
it didn't matter.
But also things that I was surprised on, and you said this last night in commentating, we was thinking like this King combo is about to do an incredible amount of damage. Yeah. And I'm like, in Tekken 7, that would have been a death. But here is like they nerfed the damage that King used to do with his grapples. And it's like his heating gauge, that's where you see most of his damage because he does the slam. But like his regular grapples, they don't do as much. So it's not King's grapples aren't as terrifying as they used to be. And I think
you actually have to hit King's bigger like the counter combos he does, where like if you go to hit him or punch or whatever, and he counters with a grab, puts you on the ground, then goes for the arm lock. Then gets up and does a backbreaker. Then makes you roll over and puts you in a full cradle. Then launches you in the air. Like, he has to land the bigger, sexier, showier combos in order to put the big damage on you. I think that's brilliant. Nobody in this game is just given the edge except for maybe Reyna, who's got like a bunch of different stances she can switch from, different ways to use her lightning, different ways to go into Electric Wing God Fist. But again, other than that, it's still that game where any character you pick can still win a whole tournament. There's going to be hella Kuma players. There's already 500 Genes out there. Gunner's a Gene. Oh, wait, drink that water again, Gun. Go ahead, drink that water again. But Gunner's a Gene. Mr. Fallen's a Gene.
I'm playing the mom.
Oh, so you're not Gene anymore?
Nah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, in that case, maybe there's one less gene out of the 7,000 genes, but there's a lot of genes. So
that's because they should have released more characters, or just put everybody from Tekken 7 over into Tekken 8.
So I don't disagree with you, but you need to know when it comes to characters in fighting games. Here's something you need to know: every character costs like damn near $2,000. Because they got to mocap every character. They have to switch over all their moves. There's animation, there's redraws, there's all of that. And like you saw, Street Fighter made something millions of dollars last year. And then when they brought out their characters, you got 16 to 17 of them at launch. Tekken gave you 32.
Yeah.
Launch. That on launch, that's telling you something. And even Mortal Kombat, they were like, here's like a good number of characters. Then here's a bunch of DLC characters we're just going to try to throw in as quick as possible. Tekken just gave you everything at jump. You get the full $70 Tekken experience. And it's not on the arcade, so the game don't look half ugly or nothing like that. It's full sex in 4K.
And you saying that, bro, I can honestly say fighting games are showing their price point is validated with everything they put in there outside of the online play. Like, of course, we want that rollback. Of course, we want that online to be solid. But the offline things that they're offering, oh my God, I see it, and that they're validating. Like, no, we're here to give you guys everything you need, because they're looking for the longevity. Like fighting games, unfortunately, after a certain amount of months, casuals usually leave, and it's the pros and the competitors that's carrying the game. So we want to make sure that we want the investment to go long. And for me, I didn't know I was going to play Tekken 7 as long as I did. Like I still like launch it here and there. And then on course, like Mortal Kombat X, I still play. And it's like, if you can find that investment that you just really want to get good in, it's ridiculous. Like I'm considering getting I'm getting another PS5 strictly for fighting games. Because I'm tired of deleting.
I gotta do the same thing. I gotta get another PS5 so I can take mine to tournaments, because I'm scared to take my only baby over to man.
So definitely have an extra one.
So to again, to us, we're gonna get an official review. DadPad will drop a review video here soon. Look out for an article posted on our website. We'll post the winners from 1st to 4th. The winners, we're gonna, in our community, we want to give you guys the full experience of a community, just not hosting tournaments. We want to give credit where credit is due. We're gonna write articles. We're gonna post pictures. We want to, interview the people that have won, give you the events and everything like that as well. So be on the lookout on our website for that. Now, next topic. Derek's, I'm sorry, Greg's disguised as Derek. Favorite topic. Talking about Microsoft and how great they are.
Yeah, I actually have my Xbox here in the background along with my 500 kids, and I enjoy Xbox, especially with Game Pass. I just downloaded a new Sonic, an old Sonic from back in the day. I'm having a great time, but I am appalled. I look in the camera. I am appalled at these layoffs. Not even layoffs. They let them go. Like you're fired. I wonder why. I wonder where that money at. What happened?
I believe after doing some research, it was that mainly the people from the Activision Blizzard merger, and they let go 1,900 of those positions, because when you look at it, you don't need 2 HR leads. It was like double up positions. But at the same time, you are letting go people who are inspired to be the game industry. A lot of major figures have gone away. Art directors who are no longer there, leaders of Blizzard are gone. Some rightfully so. But when you're looking at it in just the game industry in general, there's been a lot of layoffs. And for young people who are interested in becoming game designers, game developers, you are discouraging them in a way like, is this a industry that I want to go forth in if I'm not, if I'm at risk losing my job? Right. Of course, security
is a thing.
Say that again.
Security.
Yeah, security in your job. And of course we got, that type of risk in any industry, but the overhaul that's going on in the game industry is concerning. Then, when you look at the factors, COVID hit, government's giving out a lot of money with no interest rates, and people are thinking, shit, I can take some of that cash and start doing this massive expanding of their company at an unrealistic rate. One, the government's going to want their money back. And two, I can't keep up these wages of paying somebody $11,000 a month just to do something like this. I have these high interest rates to pay this money back to the government that gave us. So it's a lot of bad business practices, in my opinion. I don't believe the purchase of Microsoft getting Activision Blizzard was worth the couple billions at the risk of these individuals' jobs. Because the higher ups corporate people up top aren't suffering. They got their pay severance. They're good. So,
and let's be real, like that's the reason that the layoffs even happen, right? They project for whatever reason that they're going to lose sales in the next quarter or over the next year based on recent data and their acquisitions, and then they decide, okay, well, I probably can't get this potential Christmas bonus. I can't get this yearly raise that I give myself every year. So where can we cut costs at? Well, looks like we have double up here, we have double up here, we have double up here. Instead of moving those individuals to different positions and making shit in a place or an environment where, there's more opportunity, they would rather go ahead and just cut the cost by, essentially destroying people's lives, right?
Bro.
And telling them out of the blue, like, hey, you no longer work here. I'm sorry.
Remember last year they did the 70, was it 75 or was it 7,500 last year? It was like, it was, okay. All right. So last year, same scenario happened and we talked about people's lives, just like you said, people's lives, right? So when you work at a game company, not only do you get, the perks of, whatever that job offers, you get the perks of it being a game company, no different than with a GameStop or something like that. You get a discount of some kind. So again, imagine you work at Microsoft and you have Game Pass, okay? You probably get some type of discount or something special because you work there, a code that you can put in to make things cheaper for you. Congratulations. You use that code because remember, Microsoft has the family plan, right? For their Xbox Live. So not only do you have Xbox Live, not only will you have Game Pass, but you have yours discounted different than everybody else. So now, not only did you have a discount to play your games, your family has the discount to play games, your family has the discount to watch their Netflixes or whatever they want on a subscription, and then you get fired. You lose all your games. Your family loses all their games. Your family loses all your subscriptions. Now, not only do you not have anything to do with your Xboxes, right? They're just there, unless you want to pay all that money that everybody else has to pay, which the company has said Game Pass is hurting the company. You don't have a job. You don't have shit. Your family suffers. You suffers. I'm gonna tell you right now, if I was in that position, not only would I say fuck Microsoft, I'd be doing pitchforks and standing outside the building like, man, you took everything from me. My wife left me. I can't eat. I can't sleep. She took the kids. I want to, like, bro. That's that. Like, there are lifestyles. Yes, there are lifestyles that come with that Microsoft salary, and you just lost it.
Yeah.
They just, hey man, look, we gotta let you go. Another 19, and the year before was 75. That's bad. I don't care. Every time we talk about how good and everything Game Pass is and what they offer, whatever like that, congratulations. But didn't you see what the IGN did just in the summer? Phil Spencer says, we're actually looking forward to what's next for Xbox. We're actually currently right now looking into the next generation. They're not even thinking about right now. They have games lined up that they can show you. These are 4 or 5 games that we're going to do for the year. Like our Indiana Jones. Pay attention to that. It's great. Like our Hellblade. Look at that. It looks really good, even though it's only going to be for a few hours, and it took us like 20 years to make the shit. Congratulations. Get ready for Xbox 720, 680, QPG, whatever letter, and it's going to do just as bad. I wish you people would pay attention when we tell you how awful This company is. You want to glorify your little game pass pays, and oh man, I had a good time playing this old game or whatever like that. This company and Xboxes and all those old games may not even be there anymore. You know why? Because they can't afford to keep the licenses for them unless they keep firing people. Congratulations, Game Pass. Congratulations, Microsoft. You played yourselves. You played your fans. Greg is. I promise you. In another year to 2 years, Greg's not going to be so happy as Game Pass anymore when they start taking all these games off of there that they can't afford to keep anymore. What do you think comes next if they can't fire employees anymore?
Yeah, and to Ryan's point as well, I did see that. Ryan, I was just going to bring that up. Riot let go of 11% of their global staff. And like Ryan said, that's one of the most successful companies out there. So again, like there's a overhaul of the gaming community that's going through a change, and I'm just like, how can we keep the hopes alive of the gaming community and believing that the growth is worth it without, to me, my personal opinion, corporate greed getting a hold of it and changing it for themselves? Because to me, gaming has always been about art. It's always been about expression, like going through and finding these games that we love. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you can put me on record when I say this. The fighting game community is going to be the leading change of the gaming community.
I'm telling you.
Because not only they depend on they always depend on their community to keep them going.
Yeah.
They're very open about their characters.
Every last one of these esports events and every last one of these big events that Xbox could throw to keep things going, or any of these companies, when all of that goes away for whatever reason and there's not enough money in the pot to keep people around, the FGC will still be doing tournaments because we didn't need any of you in the first place.
Exactly. And I believe it's going to take the people and the supporters of the game community to actually change this. And I'm so happy Power World is being so successful because it's forcing Nintendo, like, got some competition out there, Playboy.
Man, and they're trying to figure out every lawsuit power they can. They're trying to find, man, they're looking. So how do we get rid? What we did the same thing to Smash. We can do the same thing here. Hurry, get all of our lawyers, Nintendo ninjas. Get out there, find them, get them, kill them.
Power World is prepared.
Yeah.
But I'll say, I think it's gonna come down to one of two things, right? It's gonna come down to government intervening, right? Some sort of form of government. What is it? The RSP, whatever, people who rate the games. Like they could probably intervene and say, all right, like shit's getting out of hand. You know what I mean? Maybe we need to have some sort of, I don't know, limit as far as profit goes for the companies versus the actual studios and the artists who create the game, so that they are better taken care of and these companies aren't just sending them to the wayside willy-nilly. Like maybe they come up with some sort of union or something like that. Or my second thought is that the players at some point just be like, hey, we've had enough. We don't want to pay 80, 100, 120, $200 for games.
Nope.
And it not go to the people that created it. It go to the executives, and it go to the bigger corporation like PlayStation, like Microsoft, like Nintendo. Like, it's going to come to a head, and we're going to have to pick a side, and we're going to have to choose which direction we go in. And I really hope that we choose the latter. I really hope that it goes to the point where gamers themselves are like, all right, man, you know, we're tired, you know what I mean? And we go to some sort of boycott, or we go to some sort of, you know what I mean, organization of gamers, and it comes to a head to where, hey, we tell these big corporations, like, hey, we're not playing for these games, and they're not being profited by the artists, by the actual studios who are making these games.
Right.
There's too much greed going on right now, and it's all over the world, right? It's not just the gaming industry. We're talking about Hollywood too. They just had their strike, right? So like there's gonna be something that's gonna happen, and I give it another 3, maybe 5 years or so, to where somebody is like, all right, there's enough. There's enough.
Right. The gamers are weak-willed. Right. So I've been waiting for Shelf to come back because he's always gonna.
Well, before we read his, Gunn needs to say her thoughts.
Yeah, Lady Gunner, what is your thoughts about what's going on in the gaming community as far as layoffs?
I mean, I told everybody go to Sony.
This is sound advice.
Been sucking. I never liked the idea of having Game Pass just because you get the games for free or whatever. You pay like what $10-11 a month, but at the end of the day, if they do get rid of Game Pass, it's kind of going to be like Netflix. You know how Netflix have certain movies and then they rotate the movies out, add this movie in there. And what if you grinding on? What if they put Final Fantasy 14 on there? You're grinding on that, and not enough people playing on Game Pass, so they was like, well, we're gonna take it away. That would kind of suck. So I never was one with Game Pass.
If Game Pass was as good, if Game Pass was as good as as they wanted it to be, we by now would have been in the situation that Netflix is in right now. Game Pass wouldn't be no $10. If Game Pass was successful for Microsoft, that shit would have been 20. We would have been paying more than $10 by now. She's absolutely right.
Game Pass and the online subscription.
Oh, the $50 a year and Game Pass?
Yeah.
Yeah, Xbox Live is separate. They're not the same thing.
They're so focused on trying to get people to pay for their online and then the Game Pass. Yeah, the Game Pass $10, but you're paying for it in a subscription. Like Sony does it, but they also give you 2, 3, 4 free games of the month. They give you some games that you can choose to buy on top of you're paying for your online subscription, and they give you a discount on the games. So the only way you lose your games is if you get points. The only way you lose your games is if you get banned. Like you do something to lose your games. They don't. Yeah.
And to your Netflix point, they even Ubisoft is like
that
gamers should get comfortable not owning games. Bro, I was like, are you serious? Like, are we really getting to that point where everything is going to be streaming? Because if it is, bro, like
you know who else said that shit, right? And that started the downfall of a company back in 2012, right when they announced the Xbox One, and the previous head of Microsoft was like, "Hey, yo." No, they asked him, what do you think about players not being able to play previous gen? And he was all like, they need to get comfortable with playing Xbox 360 then.
Yeah.
Yeah, they fired him the next day. Or no, I'm sorry. He stepped down the next day after that E3. And then from there, they had to change their policy where the backwards compatible or being able to play downloaded games or whatever like that when you put the disc in, all that stuff. They had to completely change that policy and make it available to everybody. While PlayStation was over here like, you got friends that like playing video games? Put them on the plane with you. Whatever game they got, you got.
Right.
Done.
And I'll say
it used to be illegal at first, but you know.
I'll say like
like
being able, if I purchase a game, I should own that game, be it digital or physical. That's something that I purchase with my money just because.
For fucking dollars, yes.
Yeah. So I need you to like allow me to keep the game that I bought because I want to enjoy it. Be it I play it now or play it later. Like I believe physical copies should still be a thing, but the demand for it is so low. It's just like we don't have enough people like Ryan Bell speaking now. We don't have those huge voices because it gets drowned out with the new generation of people who want to play games and their accessibility to it. Adams made this realization not too long ago. If it's easy, people are going to go with it, or somebody else can do it. They're going to go with that option. Like, can you do this for me? And I'm like, it's starting to lose its purity in some aspects. I still have that the indie titles that I enjoy. Some AAA games are there, but it's been been heartbreaking to say the least.
Yeah.
So the layoffs are hurting. I pray for those people who are losing their jobs find better opportunities. With the skill sets that I've seen, not only of these artists, but also tech developers, if there's a way where we can fund ourselves and build our own, like I've always been preaching, these bigger companies, and show them like, hey, we don't need you. We no longer need your input.
Yep.
Things are going to change over fucking night.
That's what needs to happen.
That's
what needs to happen is developers need to become the FGC.
Yes.
That's it. Developers need to become the FGC. We do our own thing. We're the ones that make the games, motherfuckers, not you. You pay us to do what you need us to do for you. Here's the thing. If all developers just one day said we're going to go on strike and just put everything on PC,
motherfuckers are in trouble.
So what? So would staying independent be the move then? Staying like
it's just that the only difference is these companies, like, you got to remember when it comes to devs, it's not just one or two people, right? They need this team, and games cost a lot of money to fund for it to look the way that people want it to look. You know what I'm saying? Tekken has something 100 people in that office. You know what I mean?
Right.
You would need like, PlayStation is paying people millions. What do they pay Bungie? What was Bungie? Even as bad as Bungie is doing right now? $1 billion. Exactly. Mm-hmm. But if companies keep paying money like that, these devs are going to keep shooting for shit like that. Right. There's
people, what's that? The separate independent indie artists. I feel like that's boost their
screenshot.
Game outage more, because I would probably buy not a low funded game. If it looked good, like graphic wise, I'd probably buy something from like a soft indie game versus, like the next 2K. I'm not buying 2K.
No, like Ryan just said.
It's a Robin Hood game out that was out. You said what, Nick?
Ryan just said support these great indie title games because they're putting in the work. They care about their games, man. You need to put more spotlights on them. I'm sorry, lady. I continue.
Oh no, that's basically what I was saying. Just the indie games probably finna get a major boost, especially if they say, hey, you can own your game and it's only like $40-$50 versus $74 and not owning your game. I wouldn't go for it personally.
I'm also gonna say I'm part of the problem. Not even an Xbox thing, but I have fully converted over to the digital aspect of gaming. I don't want physical copies anymore. And it's not that I don't like being a collector, but y'all know my living situation right now. I only have this one itty bitty ass bedroom. I don't have a place to really put all my games and shelves and stuff like that all over the place. Now I'm moving soon, that'll change. But for people that can't be collectors and have all that extra stuff, and you got to realize money is funny, money is tight. Not all of us are rich. My problem is if I don't have the money, I'm trading these video games. I'm selling them or whatever like that. So I've just, it's just easier for me just to have everything digital, so I know I'm going to keep it. But then when you have companies like Microsoft that are like, hey man, you can have this game, you can borrow it basically.
Right.
That's why we're going to put you on Game Pass. It's still the same strategy they had with the Xbox One. They don't want to do all this backwards compatible. They don't want you to take your games and, be able to keep it forever or whatever like that and take it to someone else's house and play it. They want to make you get the game, rent it, pretend that you own it, as long as you keep paying us every single month. But one day, man, like, everybody's getting laid off from jobs. It's not just a Xbox thing. Plenty of companies are laying people off. People are going to be losing work, and they're going to be sitting at home wishing they could play their video games for a little bit till they find that new job, and then your subscription is gone. And all your digital, all your game, all that hard work, all them games that you put all that time into, that's hurtful.
Yeah, at this point, making platinums won't mean nothing anymore to me.
Boy.
I agree with, like, physical copies, in my opinion, should always be a thing. Like, it should always be available just in case. Like, I want to get this because it will hold value one day. And yeah, man, that's my opinion on it, for sure.
Ryan, thank you.
Ryan, he comes in like he has a lot of hot takes, but his takes are just from passion and love. Like, that's what I was going to say. the nuance, the feeling of going to get a physical copy game from like a GameStop is dead.
Yeah.
It is gone. Like
midnight releases aren't a thing. Yeah. We tried. We tried it last year. We did it with Street Fighter 6, and even then, GameStop didn't want to support it. I had to call corporate with with Tim, the owner of the GameStop on Castleton. They were like, listen, we just don't see the benefit of doing it. How many people do you think will show? I'm like, I've been working for y'all for almost 9 years. How many people do you think? I'll bring you at least 40, 60 people. And we did have 60 people at that midnight release for Street Fighter. And even then they were still like, well, we'll see what the numbers are like. So Tim had to, actually I take it back. I'll make up a random name. Person let another building borrow a game and do the midnight release anyway in secret. So we were still able to do it because people cared, but GameStop doesn't care anymore. So I don't even know why they're even
GameStop is dead.
I just burn it. I'm done with them. Burn it down.
They're slowly. They're shutting nationally 500 more stores. I just seen the article.
Why have all these big stores where you can go in there and they want you to play in tournaments, and they make the stores now where you can sit in there and play the games on the RT TVs and shit like that. Like, what's the point when you don't even want people to do midnight releases anymore? Yeah. Why does it matter? Yeah. Just do a digital type of service or something and sign a contract with Microsoft until they fire you too. Just do that. You'll save money on building expenses and the rent.
That part. There's a couple things. There's other solutions. It's really going to depend on. It's going to depend on the communities out there like ours and others to work together, build our own type of thing. Like, if y'all don't want to do it, we're going to do it for the people. And when shit gets to the point it's really good, please don't bring your asses over here. Nope. Please don't, because we did it ourselves. We built it ourselves. Yeah, it took time, but it's actual care in there, and we're gonna make sure our people are good. So bye. So with that, no more. I have so much piss that I can only give to Microsoft that I just can't, and these other fucking companies that just do so much. I'm ready for some more positive talk. It's everyone's favorite topic, anime.
Yeah.
We have 2024 starting off really well with a lot of good anime. And we just want to go through and see what the hot new shows are and what everyone is planning on watching, what their opinions on it. So we have Mace No Ken, aka Greg, disguised as Mace No Ken. I want him to start off because he's our anime connoisseur.
So I want to say first, right? I'm dropping the Greg motif for now because I want to say I was extremely happy because everybody went to see the Gurren Lagann movie, right? Which was the biggest deal was that after it being released like almost 15, 20 years ago, it got the dubbing. This movie's been out since 2007 and it finally got the dubbing. So we all went to go see it in theaters. It was me, Gunn, and like half of Trapped in Anime and Corey. Okay. And they all really enjoyed it from what I'm being told. But what made me the most happy is if you know about this film, then you know that even with seeing the show, the film tells the story, or at least the second half of the show, but different. So there are things that you've already seen in the show and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, cool. This is about to happen. And then, excuse me, and even Corey, the person who thought that he had known everything about Gurren, blah, 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 I've seen all this and that or whatever like that. I already know what's going to happen. He had never seen the movies before. When it happened in the theater and he saw it, because he has the lighter voice or whatever, he was like, ooh, and then covered his mouth and shit. Bro, even now, Joe, all he does, if you guys heard Guard Impact last night, all Joe did all last night, believe in the you. Right, believe in the you that believes in himself, Derek. And who the hell do you think I am? I couldn't get him to say any of that. I've been trying to get Joe to watch Gurren. Me and Juan have been on that kick for at least 7 years. He wouldn't do it. Now he's all about it. He can't get enough of it. Gunn, how did you feel about it?
I love it.
Like, be real. Thank you. Thank you. This is the point I want to make is this. I'm not trying to say Gurren Lagann is Tengen Toppa. Gurren Lagann is the best anime. Yes, I'm not here to say it's the best anime. What I'm here to tell you is that everyone that has seen it now understands there's a bar, right? You can't go below that. So whenever people talk to, I'm not saying JJK is bad or Demon Slayer is bad. None of these mainstreams are bad. I'm okay with all of that. All I'm saying is, from now on, when you see something of less animation or you see something where out of nowhere the animation just looks crap, the story doesn't make no damn sense, we're sitting here waiting for something to be memorable or make sense or be exciting to make us keep watching. It took 4 to 5 seasons of Attack on Titan for it to make sense or for people to love it. Gurren did it in 27 episodes or 4 hours of 2 movies. Okay? The bar is there. That's the point that I'm trying to make. Not that it's the best. Not that it's better than everything else. There's a bar. And when you go less than that, or you tell me, oh man, this story is amazing. It's the best that I've ever seen, bro. This anime is peak. Is it? Do you know what peak is? Do you know where the bar is set? If you don't, stop.
The bar is set at Tengen Toppa. That's where it's set at.
Hey.
What
That's all I'm
is
saying. It ain't the best. It may not be the best, but goddamn.
It's an enjoyable anime. Like, it's not like, top tier. Oh my God. You have your favorite drinks. You have drinks that you'll drink just because, and you have stuff that you would not touch. Like, it's
Tengen
not
Toppa
mid,
is
but it's
Tengen
not.
Toppa is when you want to. While she's talking about food and drinks. Tengen Toppa is when you take all the homies for that birthday celebration or that post wedding or celebration or the night out celebration. Just got that promotion, and you want that fine wine and the really good seafood, the lobster and the steak. That's the Gurren. Okay, that's what they. Yes, you don't just eat the popcorn at the Gurren. You so much good shit is happening during Gurren, you may even forget that you're eating the popcorn. Joe done missed his mouth like 7 times with that shit. Okay?
Stop my popcorn over. It's so good.
Bro, I'm telling you, it was so excellent. So the reason I'm bringing all this up to just finalize everything when it comes to anime is thanks to Armored Core of last year, mecha anime and video games are showing out in 2023 to 2024. There's a new Gundam movie. Gurren came back after 15 years. We have 3 mecha video games just in the summer. A fighting game, okay? Mechas, the new Mecha Assault, and the Mecha Break. Then there's the DLC for Armored Core 6, which there's already people working on. There's streams of people working on the co-op, and the co-op is supposed to be 5-man. Okay, right now, bro, I'm telling you, the mecha genre, thanks to Armored Core, is unstoppable. I'm grateful as hell. So that is what I'm looking forward to the most with anime. Solo Leveling yesterday was incredible. Animation wise, oh my God, you gotta see it. Shangri-La Frontier this morning was mind blowing. You gotta see it, and then you guys can go watch every other little mainstream thing that you want to, because that's what y'all do. Whatever. I'm done. That's my turn.
I'll go next. Yeah. So if that's the case, I actually started off this year watching a lot. Kingdom season 5. Watch Kingdom. Read Kingdom. Love Kingdom.
Now is that only on Netflix?
Kingdom's on.
It's on Crunchyroll.
I know I see it on Netflix all the time. I just don't know if it's.
No. That's the live action. Kingdom live action's on Netflix, which is really good.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's good. Like
a good. Wait, hold. You ain't gonna just say that shit and bypass. Is it good, Perry? Live action animation? Because you know how you've been about these live actions.
Oh yeah, I don't get passes. I don't get passes. It is good. It's very enjoyable. I like it because it's like just like any of your typical like war art Asian films. So you have of course cheesy anime moments, but man, when you get the combat, it's beautiful. I'll say watch Monster. The prequel, it's like a prequel to One Piece of a certain particular
Yes.
samurai.
Oh, yes.
That was really good. I watched that
Gun.
yesterday.
Gun, you need to fuck with it because you're already past that arc. You need to fuck with Monster on Netflix. Do it tonight.
Monsters.
Do it tonight.
Watch Monsters.
I got time.
Dude, it's only
Leveling.
30 minutes. It's only 30 minutes.
It's only 30 minutes. And
only 30 minutes, one episode.
One shot. And it was really good. Then I'll say Solo Leveling, of course. And there's season 2 of Mashal, aka Harry Spotter.
Mashal, yeah.
Watch Harry Spotter. I'm really good. Yes. And the one that I'm actually finding myself watching week by week is Delicious in Dungeon. It is basically about it's like a to me like an MMO. You just get a team of people, you go in dungeons, and they're eating things in there that they find delicious. So I think it's really good. And of course, the last one I suggest is
let me just throw one more in there while you're thinking of yours. Girlfriend. Thank you.
Of course. Maboroshi. It is it's an anime about a particular town that is unfortunately lost in a factory explosion, but the people and the citizens don't know that they're all gone. But there's this one character that is still alive that's trapped in the spiritual realm. And these spirit dragons take these ghosts back into the afterlife. And the people who are in the town don't know that they're dead until they start figuring stuff out. So it is a movie. I find it quite enjoyable. I highly recommend it. It's on Netflix. So all these shows that we recommend are either on Netflix or Crunchyroll. So take your time and enjoy.
I'll tell you one anime you don't want to watch, and this is gonna this is gonna make my dick so tiny, bro.
All right.
Onimusha. That hurt my feelings. That shit is ugly and boring. And just oh my god, I was so upset. I couldn't
even get past the third episode.
Oh man, what a letdown, bro. Because that's such a good series. It's such a great game.
Such a great.
My suggestions are Kingdom of Ruin. Kingdom of Ruin is fire. It's about an apprentice of a witch, and all witches in the world have been wiped out basically by science and technology and shit. And at first he's kind of like working to kind of like, revive the witches, but then we go down darker and deeper paths. I really love it so far. Another one, Goblin Slayer. If you can't tell, I really like the gruesome.
Man, season 2's going in right now. Yes. Yes.
Let me see. Jujutsu Kaisen's is over pretty much until we get to the culling games. Feiren Rin is a sleeper. It's about an elf who basically is completed their journey with their party, right? It's not an isekai, but like they have a party, and they've already completed their journey in killing the Demon King. But elves live for thousands of years, right? So what is a person who's already pretty much conquered all of evil supposed to do? And so that's their story. She watches her comrades and stuff. She watches them get old and watch them die, and has to kind of live with that and kind of move on and remember them while also maintain her own self, right? Because as you get older, you forget things, right? And she doesn't necessarily want to forget her past and forget who she was and what kind of impact she made on humanity. So that's a really good one that I've been watching. Almost caught up in, actually. And I think the last one was Daily Life of the Immortal King.
Hey.
Yeah.
That's Corey's favorite right now. That's a good one.
Mhm.
That's a good one. Go
Your
now.
2024 first quarter anime.
I would say Tomo-chan is a girl.
Yes.
Really good,
Yes.
relaxing, funny, awkward love story. Like it's about this girl and her best friend, and she ends up confessing her feelings, but he think it's just like, I love you too type stuff. But she really meant it as I'm kind of like in love with you. And she's just an aggressive tomboy, so he never looked at her that way until she starts setting up these
One
situations.
day she blossomed, my boy.
Yeah, it's just really funny and cute to watch. My next one would be, I was gonna say Solo Leveling, but the cliffhangers, I'm gonna have to wait till some more episodes come out because those cliffhangers is deadly. Like,
hey, yo, watch yesterday's episode.
nah, I'm waiting. Just because you said that, I'm waiting for next Thursday. And then I started watching Tower of God, and that's kind of like OD. Like I'm only on episode 2, but I'm probably gonna watch it after this podcast.
Nice. Tower of God is good. I can't wait for season 2.
I can wait. I can wait a very long time. Not that it's bad, but they're so, because in the even with the manhwa, yes, I read the manhwa. Isn't it funny? I'll read a manhwa, but not a manga. We'll talk about that another time. But with the manhwa, the story is so much better explained. This anime does not do that justice very well. So I feel like I need like 2 or 3 seasons of Tower of God before I can be really in there.
I feel that.
But maybe they'll change. Maybe they'll do something better. I don't know. But I still respect your decision, Lady Gun. Kagura. Girl with nails.
So I read Solo Leveling. There's gonna be some hype moments happen.
Not some. Not just some. There's going to be, man. Yes.
Oh, so you read it, didn't you?
The whole thing. I had to read the whole. This is why I said I can read manhwa, but I can't do manga like that. But the manhwa, it the whole day. I'm in love with Solo Leveling.
So who's okay? I need you to look at me. Who's your favorite soldier?
No spoilers.
Text it to me.
Okay, I can do that.
Text it to me.
I can do that.
Are y'all gonna fight me if I say I'm excited for Boruto Vortex?
No, I will not fight you because manga-wise, I have a friend that's just shows it off or whatever, but just kind of scans and pictures of it. I like I like his older attitude. He does not like anybody anymore. Wet. This dude is like Boruto was a complete man, fuck you, fuck this dude.
It's like if Minato was a rogue ninja,
dude,
and had some sort of godly power, which he already did, right? But Boruto is just on another level, and I really want to put him up against peak Naruto as he is in the manga right now.
Yeah,
I really do. I'm not saying I will, but I really am thinking about putting him up against full power six sage path Naruto with all chakra powers up against Boruto. As he is in the manga right now. This man is doing shit that is leaps and bounds beyond what Naruto was even able to do with Kurama.
Like he literally kept true to the whole aspect of I don't want to be my dad, I want to be Uncle Sasuke.
I want to be fucking Sasuke.
He meant that shit. Like I really watched it and I was like, man, Boruto is the trashiest show I've ever seen. And I like, again, how they do things where they don't give Rock Lee or whoever else credit. It's the Naruto show. At least this time they put Naruto and Sasuke in one person.
Yeah.
And he's just like, everyone else is always worried and frantic and shit. This kid is always on the mission.
He's standing on business, bro.
Literally the whole time.
He's pulling up. He's like, he's hiding, right? But in strategy. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he's running away for his fucking life. He's at a point now in Two Blue Vortex where I will pull up and I will knock on your door and then I'm gonna eat your steak that your wife made.
Bro.
Like, he don't care.
He goes to visit.
Doing shit so strategically. It's like Minato has been talking to this man, or like what I'm waiting for his Sage mode.
Yeah.
I'm so bricked up for this man's Sage mode. I
cannot
wait.
The way he visits Sasuke while he's in the statue, like, master, you have nothing to worry about. Just chill, okay? Like, I'm
to the toad.
Dude, dude.
Man, I cannot wait.
Boruto is actually pretty it's pretty good. It's pretty good. And that makes me mad to say it, because you know what's gonna happen, right? All of us are gonna eat that toad. The ones that were talking the shit about it, before it became, we're all about to eat that. You already know
No. The entire first half of Boruto was shit.
Oh, no, it's shit. It is shit. It's shit.
Bad. You cannot. There's no validating shit. And it took you so long to get to this point to be acceptable. I am not backing down from what I said.
You're right.
I'm on Snoop Dogg level. I don't give a fuck what I meant then. Fuck them. Don't like what I said?
Man.
Take it. But I'll say, like, it has my interest. I've never been a fan of, like, a huge fan of, like, either or. A top 3. But I give respect when respect is due. I've been reading it. I have my opinions on it, but there's, you know, I believe there's other content out there that's way better.
Kawaki is not living up to the hype.
No, Kawaki, no. But who's the what's his name? The Snake Kid.
Yeah,
boy. Everybody grew up nice. Everybody grew up nice.
That's one thing that I can say that they took from Shippuden with Two Blue Vortex. They grew up.
Yeah,
they grew up different from their parents, right? With their own specialities, with their own personalities, and at the same time, we're able to facilitate the story in a way where it's still not necessarily all about Naruto or Boruto. Yeah. It's still about the village. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing that I can respect about the writers with Boruto. The first part was not good, but the first part of Naruto is not that great. Nope. Up until the tuning exams, it's not great. You know what I mean? And even after the tuning exams, it's not all that great. You know what I mean?
As somebody who watched and read, I have to disagree, because we're interested in Sasuke and, like, you have that mystery. Like, we have this boy who was interested, like, who had the Sharingan. Who are these villains? And then we get the tuning exams. Tuning exams, we still had interesting characters. People were like, "Man, who is Neji? Why is he such a hard ass? Why is he kicking his sister's ass?" Lee putting the brakes on Sasuke.
Lee beating up everybody in the beginning was the greatest. That's what made me stay.
Yeah,
that's what made me kick it.
Saying, "I ain't got no chakra, but I got
don't even have powers. Watch this."
Hands.
I love that.
Then you have the sound ninja in the tuning exam.
I love that. I love all of that. Man. I'm sorry. Go ahead, lady.
No, I said, did he walk up to Sasuke and said, "I want to fight you"?
Yes.
Yeah. And I love all of that. But hear me out, fam. They did a lot of that in reverse in Boruto. Instead of Lee walking up to anybody, it was the sand ninjas walking up to people again, trying to fight.
Hold on 1 second. Pause for this 1 second. Gun, he's echoing off something you got in the background.
But they did a lot of the reverse of Naruto in the first seasons, in the first chapters
their villains
of Boruto.
Were weak as hell, because
I understand that, but we didn't. In my opinion, we didn't idolize and immortalize Naruto and put it on the pedestal that it was on until after Shippuden. After Shippuden, after everything had finally started to come to a close and we started tying up the loose ends towards the end of the completion of the entire series, is when we started to put Naruto at peak. We didn't do that at very, very, very beginning of Naruto. I disagree,
just because on the sales of the big three, because Naruto going into Shippuden was still part of the big three, because you had One Piece, you had Bleach, Then you had Naruto. Then they transformed into Shippuden. So like, because I collected the manga, so because we all grew, like we were able to grow up with it. So we were able to go to the end and actually like, okay, everything tying in. So we were able to grow up with it. So when you look at Naruto as a kid, a lot of people are saying that was really good Naruto because it incorporated what Boruto was doing in Vortex of the village. Because like Derek just said, when Lee pulls up, niggas was on Lee's ass. And then I was a Neji fanboy because he was like, I don't know who you are, but there is a food chain and your ass is at the bottom and I'm here. I have the superior eye to this wannabe Sharingan boy. And then you learn about Sasuke's brother Itachi, and then you start getting the mysteries of the village and growing up to that.
The problem is, go ahead. Your thing.
My biggest thing of Naruto was like, you are a village that is now the aftermath of the biggest ninja war, and you're showing your watered down villains. You're seeing like this the village and the Mist Swordsmen are just ridiculously powered down, and so it's just like, where do we go?
You gotta remember, when it comes to Naruto, the problem that we all had growing up is that like we all gravitated to Rock Lee because we all were raised with the Dragon Ball niggas. Okay, so Rock Lee, when he came out and did what he did, we're all like, oh, they do this in Naruto too. People throw hands like that, right? Because remember, in Naruto, all we had was every time somebody did it, like if you fought or something, it was, you heard the little clap of somebody's hitting somebody else's hand, clap, hand sign, boom, and then random ninja beast star, or monster or ninja star or something like that. But in Dragon Ball, it's just we didn't have all that yet. Right. So Naruto actually told a story, and people were getting bored with that until we started hitting Chunin exams and tournaments and shit. Now, like Nick said, oh, who the fuck is Neji? Oh, why Rock Lee? Oh. And then things started to build up until we got to Shippuden. But the problem is, Naruto has to be a cash grab to be a part of the big three. So we had a bunch of filler shit that nobody asked for, so that the manga could continue its story. A year, like it. That's what happens when you have a mainstream trying to get the money and build up things in the West type of deal. And it's unfortunate. Again, like I said, Gurren could tell that kind of story in 27 episodes. But when it comes to Shonen Jump and they want that money,
that's what I'm saying, man.
You're just gonna drag it out.
A bunch of fillers that we had to deal with during the release of Naruto, and I'm not saying that it was terrible, right? Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, Boruto is in the same state. Boruto's in almost the exact same state. They're trying to catch up. They've placed a bunch of filler in place of the episodes so that the manga can flesh itself out and they can actually tell the story. And not do that at the end of the day. They're all doing the Brotherhood BS that we all have watched, right? So not Brotherhood, but the Full Metal Alchemist, you know what I mean, Americanized version. They're all kind of doing that, right? They're taking the story and kind of fleshing it out in ways that they can in the anime so that the manga can do what it needs to do and actually progress. And finally we get a time skip, and hopefully we get maybe one more to get to the point that we first saw in the first episode of the anime.
And listen, because I know we don't want to talk about this forever since everybody's already told their anime listing, but I'm going to just say, Magnus, if you think that we did not get enough of seeing Naruto sitting on that same ass swing for more than 10 years, you think that Naruto is not dragged out, that you're a very, very special individual, and I respect you. I respect the hell out of you, because there's no way you can tell me that it's not dragged out when you see the same person being lonely on the same swing, being upset that he's been taken over by the same fox demon, that the same thing done killed his parents, that the same then another child on the other side lost his family, lost his brother. We have seen that same flashback for 10 years, and it's not dragged out. I need you to go watch an episode of Grey's Anatomy that's done 20 seasons, and they haven't done nearly as many flashbacks as Naruto. I'm just saying, bro.
But I'll say this as well. We can go into our recommendations. We can go back when Naruto was kids, and we can pick out phenomenal moments. Mine is retrieval arc to get Sasuke, and my boy Choji became him.
When the boys became men, absolutely, absolutely. That's a fire arc. That's a fire arc.
Seeing those characters have their one-on-one moments. Neji willing to sacrifice his entire body to give that Spider-Man his due diligence. Having the sound, I mean, the Village of the Sand pulling up, Gaara coming through like, no, I owe Naruto this. Like my boy said. So it's like we had those moments. I cannot find one moment in Naruto when their whole kid arc was just like, oh, this is peak outside of the movie. And my second biggest take in this, when we got to aliens, I'm checked out.
But that's the thing. That's the thing. In my opinion, I didn't fuck with it at first, and I know we're trying to like move on, but like I didn't fuck with it at first. But you gotta go back and look at the last episodes of Shippuden. These niggas didn't come from Earth. They came from somewhere else in the beginning. It's always been about aliens.
Bro, I've been checked out.
It's always been about aliens. We just have engrafted that power into humanity. It's always been about aliens.
And that is completely fine that it's always been about aliens, but it's the fact that you're supposed to be a story about ninja. And aliens are now being applied to say that's how ninja were formed in the first place. It just
checked out.
They have evolved, though. You see how fast their community has grown and the technology that they have has grown, how much power they have. Like, all these things have evolved beyond a rate that we have in, regular and in real life society. They've surpassed, you know what I mean? That whole, oh, I need to go and do espionage. No, nigga, we have techniques now. We have ninja tools for that now. You know what I mean? They have to keep up with Naruto. So somebody had to come up with things like this, like Amado and Orochimaru. Like, people had to somehow figure out how they were going to eventually neutralize Sasuke and Naruto, the two strongest individuals in the verse. Right. And the only way that they're going to do that is by pushing science and ninja and ninjutsu as forward as possible. Right. Because these people are not human.
Or Derek, they can do what we always suggest. Wrap that shit up and end it.
Yep. Follow your heart.
Follow your heart. Wrap that shit
up. But anyway, we're talking way too much mainstream. I'm about to throw up. Let's
go ahead and recommendations. Gunner, please start us off with your recommendation. It could be video games, anything.
My recommendation is I don't know. Play Tekken. Get some practice in.
I think we can just end it on that.
I think her recommendation should definitely be get your nails done. It's glorious.
Oh, Derek, dear God.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You gonna get your nails done too, Derek?
No, not at all. Absolutely not. No.
What's that face?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Ain't gonna look nothing like yours. If I did, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
But am I next?
Yeah.
Oh yes, absolutely. I wanted to say this one, and I don't want to upset anyone, but I'm going to say this because I had met them, and I don't want to seem insensitive to everyone online, because I have received a couple messages where I guess people think that I'm being insensitive to it. So I want to just clarify. I've dealt with a lot of, in the past 6 months, I've lost a lot of family members. I mean, nephews, my uncle, 2 cousins, my brother, grandmother, and then most recently, my crush I grew up with, and then most recently, our friend Zio. And I've only met her a couple times in life, so I'm not going to pretend that I knew her as well as everyone else. What I just want to say is my recommendation to people, and I had to tell this to a friend recently, is living is hard for everyone, right? You can talk to somebody and you can tell them, hey, I'm going to be here for you and things like that, but living is not just for the weak. And it's not saying that anyone has passed on is weak. It is saying if you're still alive right now, don't just mourn the hopes and dreams of the fallen. You are somebody that's alive, and you need to continue living the best life that you can for those people that can't be here anymore. They live through you. When you go to their funerals, when you take in that spirit, when you tell them you love them and you're going to miss them, you're carrying on ideals, dreams, hopes, all of that. Take that trip to DreamCon. Take that trip to Japan. Compete in that tournament. Do something brand new that you've never done before for the person that's not here with you to enjoy it with you. Sip that drink, go to that club, see that movie, whatever it is. But live life knowing that that person is not there to live it with you. You have to live on for them. That's what it means to live on. That's what it means to live. We're not here for very long. Tell that person that you love them. Let that person know they look good today, or your nails look nice, whatever it is. Tell Sean you're his best friend, or you appreciate the things that he brings to a podcast. Let Nick know that he did a good job during his production last night. Things like that, because you don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. You don't know what's coming. I literally on Saturday was choking on an ice cube. I thought I was sweet on that shit. I was, it was terrible. The point that I'm trying to make there is you do not know what's going to come. And you cannot live in fear of a tomorrow that may never happen. Be grateful for what you have right now and who's around you. I love everybody in this room. I'm never ashamed to say that shit. Do that. You'll thank yourself. Do that. That's my recommendation.
Damn, man. How to follow that? My recommendation
Drink Dr. Pepper.
is gonna be to buy a PlayStation.
Ooh.
Buy a PlayStation. Play Tekken on PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
Just do that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Weird way to start it off on Sony. Sony and on Sony.
It's a great way to stay in shape.
There you go, Greg. That's how I go. Yeah. Recently lost somebody really close to me. Loved her. Theo. And I would like to give recommendation to everyone around me. I didn't have this opportunity to open up when Jordan was lost, and I kept that shit in.
Mm-hmm.
This time, I informed my team saying I'm not okay. And they were like, bro, you've been there for a lot of people. It's time for us to be there for you. Ever you need us to call. And the calls I've been getting, Sean has offered like, bro, here, nigga, we can land party. Tequila is here. And it's been thankful. My boys in Chicago has called me. My sister's been calling, checking in on me. I appreciate that. I just want to say thank y'all from the bottom of my heart. Is greatly appreciated. Appreciate it. I'm wearing sunglasses now because my eyes are puffy. Y'all can't see that. So yeah, Eric, my boy, I love you. We gonna get through this, bro. Roxy, girl, you just like your mama. From your attitude to your mouth and your looks, you just like your mama, and I'm always gonna be here for you. To your sister, I'm praying for you. So I appreciate everyone. I thank you. I'm gonna be gone for a little bit, but I'm gonna go to that place, but I'm gonna climb back out and I'm gonna be all right. So I appreciate y'all and I love y'all. So thank y'all. It's been one hell of a time. It's always great. I stay here because it keeps my mind busy. And I'm going to be online playing Tekken because I don't want to sit and be depressed. So see y'all in the lab. And with that being said, Greg, lead us out.
All right. So to live, Demigod Sean, Derek Mason in the chat, because I'm Greg. You're not Greg. I have 500 kids. Ryan Shelf, or is it Cliff? Whichever one comes first. Mo Magnus, T. Will the Don. You could have been anywhere else, but you chose to be here with us. And because of that, you all deserve the hardiest game.
That's perfect. See you later, everybody. Oh, yeah.
Brush your teeth.
I gotta pee.